And one thing that I noticed that you're really good at visualizing. Like even here, I bet you're seeing images when I'm asking you questions. You're actually seeing the places that when you're talking about this event or the surfing event, and like, you know, I was really focused. And you know, that's one of my things to do when I work with people. I teach them how to visualize, and I'm guessing that's one of your key skills.
Yeah, I definitely see. I try and see things, definitely. Like I try and visualize myself surfing that certain wave or whatever. But what I didn't realize until I actually started reading about it, and when I wanted to try and win that contest in 2008, was that to visualize, and I was doing it before without even knowing, to visualize and get better at visualizing and actually make it happen, is you have to not only see it, but you have to feel it. So if you want to drive that car, you can't just look at that car. You have to imagine yourself walking, opening the door, getting in the car, feeling what it feels like, breathing, smelling what it smells like, holding onto the steering wheel, and that feeling that you'd get when you finally hold it, that's the feeling that you should have when you visualize. So visualization, I think, is not just it's not like a sight thing, it's more like a feeling thing as well. I think when you see it is one thing, and then when you go beyond that and you feel it, that's when it starts becoming like you'll make that future happen, kind of thing. And I think that's what I did with the contest I had won. It was always in the back burner. It was just like thinking, hopefully I'll win, but I'd always gotten second or third or fourth or fifth, and I'd never put all my energy into that. Neither had I told the universe that I wanted it that bad. I think you have to fail to get those things, right? Like you really have to like, okay, you know, I want this, and I want everyone in the world to know that I want this, and I want it so bad. And I think about it, and I visualize myself winning, and feeling what it would feel like to raise the trophy or whatever. And I did it so many months, almost every day, and it wasn't happening, and I was getting frustrated. And then when I finally let go, that contest, I was feeling sick, and we had just come from Ecuador, and the water was warm there, and Chile was cold, and we were all like, my friend was on antibiotics, and then I was on antibiotics, and it was cold, and it was feeling like, it was just shitty. Everyone was like, oh, it's bad. And I let go. I stopped thinking about that, and I just started surfing. I won that first and second heat, and made it to the next one, and made it to the quarters, and made it to the semi, and made it to the final, and then won. And I realized that first you have to really, really, really concentrate and visualize and smell what it's going to, and feel what it's going to feel like. And then at one point you just have to forget it. And it's so embedded in your system that I think the universe and your body kind of conspires to get that.
Yeah.
But you have to first kind of pull the plug and go, okay, I still want this, but I'm going to enjoy it while I do it.
Right.
I think that's what... Yeah.
That's really cool to hear you say that. That's one of the things when I teach visualization to people, is taking all your senses, like you said, your smell, your feeling, and make it as real as possible. Because you can replace a real experience, but you can get really close to it, and that's going to help you when that time comes, that you're going to pull that trick off, or like you said, you really focused on it, and you practice that when that moment, when that wave comes, and when you hit that, like that bottom turn or whatever, that your body's already like kind of like prepared for it, like you trained it to act in a certain way. And then before the contest, like let go and let your, because you train it to your intuition, and your intuition is so much more powerful than your conscious mind. So you just, that's really cool to hear how you I mean, and that's the reason why you got that result. And why you got so good.
Yeah, I'm definitely positive that's why I think I won that contest. I mean, I guess it can happen to anyone if you just are so darn good and are kind of, I guess, doing it subconsciously. But I think if you aren't that crazy talented, or you know, you just have to really feel it. And it seems like people do it all the time, no? With like whatever it is, not only sports, but like the house they want to buy. It sounds really The Secret ish. But I hate talking of it like that because it just sounds so cliche, and all the people that don't believe in that stuff just are like, oh. But I think bottom line, that's what it is. You really have to, like, I say feel it, but you say bringing in all your senses, if that makes sense.